episode 194 of the Brendan Schmitty Show, brother. I love you, man. This is fire. We're 6 episodes away, guys. 6 episodes away, guys, from episode 200. Appreciate everybody watching right now. It's fire.
Well, that was a nice little brush of fresh air.
Yeah, I've never done an intro, really. You're the intro master.
Wow, round of applause.
Hey, thanks.
You remind me of Johnny when I put a camera in front of him. It's funny, though. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Dude, oh my God, no, I don't remember what you're talking about.
So, Sensei Johnny Jobins, shout out Sensei
Legend.
Johnny. I go around and I get Tim saying what they're doing for class on the Snap and Instagram. Boy, does Johnny shit his pants when I come for him to do it. But I think he's a 2-stripe white belt now because he's gotten way better. It's gotten to the point where when he does good, the whole class a couple times have applauded. They stop and applaud like someone just got fucking striped.
That's good, dude. That's a skill. That's a good skill for him too. He's such a killer, man. Yep. So like, if he can't do it on camera, it's like you're helping out with that.
Oh yeah, there's a couple other lads like JJ and Joe. I put them on the spot. Danny, put them on the spot. You put the camera on them, they get better. I'm learning, trying. Yeah. What you been up to this week, my buddy? You look incredible.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Look at you.
Oh, dude. It's been a good week, man. Just been, we're busy. Been busy with work, Jobins, and then my girl, her family, her sister, and her sister, her husband, and their kid, Harper, they all got baptized.
Damn. How
dude,
old?
I saw a baptism.
How old were they?
She's oh my God, I think she's like 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're in their 30s.
Interesting.
And then they all got dunked.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they came up, and it's like really powerful too, even though it was
powerful to be there.
Yeah.
So I was baptized when I was a baby. I've never been to
Same.
one. Have you? Was that your first time ever being at one?
Dude, you know Catholics, they all get baptized like as infants, or most of, like pretty much all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But like these people are like, no, you need to know what you're getting into when you get baptized. I thought that was an interesting difference.
What's with the whole dunking of water again?
It's like it's a symbol. How the guy described it, Jobins, was that like when you get dunked in the water, it's like you're following in Jesus's footsteps in like a literal way, because he was baptized, and he was baptized when he was 30, according to like all the scripture and everything.
Damn, it's like a rebirth almost too for people who are older, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Right, because they were in their 30s and got baptized.
Washing the sins away.
Exactly.
Damn.
It's pretty powerful.
I bet that was.
Dude, and it was at this, I've never been to one of these before, Jovins, but bro, there was a mega church. It's called the Christ Church of the Valley, and literally they have like 2,000 to 3,000 people in attendance at their services. Damn. On average.
That's a lot.
There's like a camera moving around while they're performing and a light show going on. And when you walk in, this is probably the craziest thing, was that the communion, like the blood of Christ and the body of Christ, you know, the bread and the wine that they serve, was in little packets in big baskets. So like when you come in, you can take one. And then everyone waits to take it once they do communion. That was it made sense because of how many people are there. And I was just like, wow, I've never been to a church like this big. And like it almost was like a TED talk instead of a sermon, the way the guy was talking about it. And they get like new speakers every week, apparently. Like this is a pretty big church.
Why do they get new speakers every week?
Because they're talking about a new thing like every week. Like this week, they were talking about anxiety.
So they have to get new speakers?
They get new speakers.
Oh, hold on. My bad.
What?
I'm thinking of this.
What is it?
I'm stoned, Jobins. Apologize for that. I thought you were talking about like speakers.
Oh, no, talkers.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, like music speakers.
Yeah.
No, they get new talkers every week.
You said TED Talk earlier. I should have connected the two.
Hey, it's okay, bro. I totally get where you explained it.
Yeah.
But this guy was talking about anxiety, and he said, anxiety grows with thoughts. Faith grows with prayer.
Yeah, damn.
He was talking about positive thinking and like how all your negative thoughts and everything like create that anxiety. It was weird. But cool.
Dude, I feel like anxiety it's like a build up too. Like I feel like I used to not have high anxiety like I do now, but it's because of your thoughts and worries. And then so like maybe like you just have one little thought. Well, then that thought leads to another thought, to another
Dude,
thought.
that's
to
exactly
another
what
thought,
he was
to another-
saying.
Really?
Yeah, literally what you said. He even had a the one of those Russian dolls where he was like, "Well, why are you nervous about your kid getting suspended?" And he's like, "Because if my kid gets suspended, he might grow up and be a delinquent and go to prison. Well, what if happens if your kid goes to prison? He won't be a productive." And then it's like, but in the inside, it's like you're worried about carrying your trauma on to your kid because it's not about what your kid's doing that's causing the anxiety. It's about you.
You know what helps me with anxiety is structure. Also, obviously you do breath work, meditation, you work out, you eat right. But for me, structure is huge for anxiety because it could be the smallest thing. As long as I'm getting little things done and I know I'm getting them done, well, now that's relief. And then I'm focusing on the next thing, on the next thing, on the next thing. And then by the time I know it, I'm accomplishing all these things and getting all these things done. That helps me big time.
Dude, I totally...
Anxiety's such a bitch.
That helps me out too, dude. Like I release videos on a deadline time thing, and that kind of relieves anxiety for sure when you get things done.
And then you could... An example of putting anxiety on yourself would be going, oh, God, I got to get this out on this day. Just having those kinds of thoughts can just... It's a dramatic effect on how the outcome of things are. And that's with everything, dude. And every day I just try to imply that, yeah.
Dude, and anxiety, the way he was describing it was kind of crazy, Jobins, because it was like anxiety is a spiritual thing.
It kills you, bro. Anxiety and stress are the number one. They just take you down.
He says because you're a spiritual being that you have anxiety, because animals don't have anxiety. They have fear of like the immediacy of now, where you have the gift to be able to think ahead.
We were watching this
for a future.
We were watching this crab documentary.
Oh my God.
About king crabs, Jopins, and how fucking invasive they are and how they're pretty much just one of the top predators besides things that kill them, which are just not that many things. But you know what I was thinking while we were watching that, talking about this? Is like, we all eat. Everything just wants to eat.
True.
It's weird.
Well, not everything. What about plant? Or, well, I guess they eat sunlight energy. Consuming things.
Right? It's just mind-blowing sometimes. I'm like, we're all here just to eat. Because like you were saying, like, lions and shit, I've been, again, reels have just been going. They're terrifying. And everything, like, thank God we're not trying to survive by eating. Because there is horrible graphic things happening every day with animals. And they're all just trying to survive. And they have no idea. Those crabs are crazy, Jovas. King crabs... That's almost a horror film for like small fish and other things in the ocean, and it's fucking shit up.
Their fingers are next to their mouths, dude, and they pull things in like that, and then their mandibles crunch it up.
Thank God those things aren't massive. And I was telling the boys, I'm like, thank God they can't really swim. You know what I mean? Imagine if a king crab can just tuck its arms in and just shoo through the water, or like if they could all get together and just attack and dive onto things, like swim up and just imagine looking up and you got 1,000 king crabs coming down on you. You're done. Thank God they can only they crawl. Thank God.
I liked when you were talking about like if a shark had to face like 10 of them at a time.
Dude, if 10 king crabs could come up and attack like that, sharks wouldn't fuck with them.
No, but sharks are their natural because they're not the top of the food chain.
Dude, they're underwater spiders and they're fucking... They feel like stones. And these things can stand up and look at you to try and threaten you off. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that. Crabs are aliens. Crabs are aliens. That's an alien. Look at the thing, dude. Evolution. All the evolution that thing has from top to bottom. And they can smell. Did you know king crabs can identify 400 different types of fucking smells?
Yep. And it's through their like their hairs.
Yeah, and they even have sensory. This is such a fucking like...
They have antenna.
Bro, if you're a fish, it's like you can't... If you're one of its fucking preys, you can't even be around because it's sensing... You're there.
Dude, and not only that, they showed this other fish, Jobins, that isn't like prey to it, but it's also not a predator. They're like, they eat the same shit. And it's like, dude, you're eating all my stuff. So it attacked the crab and took one of the crab legs. But guess what? The crab was able to get away, and the crab's going to be able to grow another leg back.
I always knew that about crabs, so I thought that was kind of funny you didn't know that part.
Why isn't there a superhero that's like a crab person? If a crab can regenerate,
King
dude.
Crab Man.
They can regenerate.
Yeah,
He can
dude.
grow its leg back.
And then it's weird too because of money, they were talking about how they're such an invasive species. They're fucking up the ocean. Yet fishers are wanting to keep. They throw back when they catch females with eggs. It's a law to throw them back in. So it's just like a vicious cycle. That's kind of fucked.
Dude, it's evil.
Money.
It's evil. It's money.
Money.
It's human evil too.
And it's crazy how this whole documentary was kind of cool, guys. It got us. You ever get coffeeed and stoned up in the morning? You watch something, you just get fucking tuned in. That's what we did with the king crab fucking documentary this morning.
It was good. Up in Norway, dude, they're so invasive.
And the one dude who brought it across the country,
A Russian scientist,
and dropped them off to do what, for war?
oh my god, no, he wanted to. Oh my god, I forget why I don't even know what the hell he was planning to do with it.
Right? It was just it was his fucking mission to get these crabs out there.
I think it was for the purpose of having them cultivate, so for fishing purposes.
Dude.
And he didn't think about the invasiveness of the species.
Yeah.
So he just was like throwing in females that would then give off a bunch of offspring. And then what do you know? They're actually going further than
Now
he
they're
even
just
predicted.
like a little crab army just going around the ocean, fucking things up.
We really went down a rabbit hole with the
Yeah.
Crab King.
Enough of the crab.
No, that was
Enough
a
of
good documentary.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's on YouTube. I don't know what it's called. Just a little king crab documentary.
Dude.
But dude, you've had a good week then. My week, Jobins, it's been busy. Coffee shop and has been growing at Red Hawk Academy. So many new students are coming from other gyms to Tim's gym. This Monday, so tomorrow, the mats are supposed to come. I hope they come. They were supposed to come Friday. So tomorrow's hopefully a good big day. Get the mats in. All the boys are going to work together to get them put out. I can't wait to see how that looks. And then the 27th until April 1st, we're moving everything out. Coffee shop's going. Gyms are going.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so exciting, dude. Tim has fucking killed it. You walk in, Jobins, you got bleachers to the left, painted all black, coffee shop to the right. It'll be fucking so much mat space. The amount of mat space is going to be insane. Then you got the cage. There's multiple bathrooms in the back. There's shower, locker rooms, a fucking insane weight room.
Fire. Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. His fucking coach's office with the 2 podcast rooms are insane. Tim's done a phenomenal job. It's very exciting.
Dude, he's built up a solid-ass gym, dude, with great instructors, too, just like Johnny, like you mentioned earlier, dude. Such a badass.
Yeah, so been super busy, just grinding, working out, eating right, making sure I'm doing good at the gym. Shout out to fucking TJ. Homie TJ came in from California, gave me and Sono a whole bunch of fucking fire bud.
That's the stuff we were just smoking. Dude, I'm feeling it for sure.
It's been lately, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. People have been giving me bud. I'm not opposed to it. You know what I mean? But I'm like, what's going on here? I appreciate you guys so much. Shout out TJ. This bud is insane. It's for the guy who did Cookies, the rapper.
Burner. That's right. You were telling. I was like, wait, Burner?
Yeah, dude. Insane. It's a small world. You know what I mean? He comes in. I felt super bad because he gave me and Sono weed on my birthday, and then I hadn't seen him since. So he comes in the shop. It's busy. He goes, hey, what up, Schmitty? I go, what up? And he goes, do you remember me? I look at him. I go, no. And usually I'm good at faces. I felt so bad, dude. I felt my heart drop. He's like, I gave you a bunch of free weed on your birthday. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm sorry. But then it came to me once he said that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. So Sono looked at me. He slaps his head on his forehead. I'm like, fuck. I felt horrible. But he's such a nice dude.
I literally did the same thing that you did, where you didn't know his name like that, and the girl paid for my for Shannon's food yesterday at the church. She's like, "Do you work at the bank?" And you work at the bank, don't you? And I was like, yeah. She's like, it's good to see you again. And I saw her name tag, so I was able to be like, hey, it's good to see you too, Barbara.
Yeah.
And then she was like, hey, let me pay for your stuff.
Dude, it's always such a gut wrenching. Like
it
sucks.
Hey, but TJ knows, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was so on. He's like, dude, you see so many people here working at the gym, and I saw you so many months ago. So, but we hung out with him for a while, got to smoke with him. He gave me some more free fire bud. Next time he comes out, I told him he could stay here for free. Well, he's giving me so much fun. I'm like, dude, we got to barbecue it the fuck up.
I have a whole bunch of those cookies hats.
Yeah, and we'll get him on the pod because I'm sure he's got so many fucking sick stories.
Oh, I'm sure, man.
He's working for those guys. It's like one of the top fucking weed companies. Insane.
That's a big industry now, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
It was cool. Also, shout out Milli Vanilli. He's also, dude, he's telling us how he sells fucking 250 pounds a week. It's like, holy shit. And his bud's so fire. He's always asking me, and he's like, let me know about this one. Let me know about this one. He's giving me these fucking nugs.
Who? Milli Vanilli?
Yeah, Milli. He I don't think he does jujitsu. I know that he just trains with JJ. So, like, he's always, like, working out and doing body stuff. Maybe he does jujitsu from time to time. Super nice. He's been doing this shit since he was 18.
That's a sick name, too.
I would love to. We need to get him on the pod because, bro, he used to be in jail and shit back when it was illegal and he was growing. Then he turned it around. Bro, major company. He sells. You know how I go to Ponderosa? He supplies them.
Wow.
I know.
Place is quality, too.
Dude, it's such a small world sometimes. So shout out to the Santa Clauses of the weed. You guys are legends. Spoiling Schmitty.
Dude, that would be such a fire video idea, dude.
Oh, yeah. Dude, if I could grow bud like that, I'm looking at these buds. I'm like, dude, this is all the shit we're smoking. He grew. You know what I mean? I'm like, if I could grow bud like this, bro, we'd be making a business,
bro.
baby.
You already dress like you grow.
Is that, you know what? Am I stupid? Art did the recovery. Saw an opportunity. Boom. You got Dylan doing water.
Oh, I see. I think I see where you're going with this.
We got art, or we got recharge.
Kyle with the recharge center.
Yeah. Food. We should be the bud guys, supplying the natural, organic bud.
A dispo in a jiu-jitsu
in the gym
plaza.
Yeah.
Area. That would be pretty crazy.
We got to figure it out.
That's a good idea.
That might be the way.
You said this, and Jobin's gonna move down and make it happen.
Okay.
No, that's a good one, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, just been a busy week. We've been grinding, guys. It's been a lot. Fucking so much has been going on in the world. Political shit. We're gonna stay away from politics this episode. Ha. Also, Egyptian shit, stuff on the pyramids. A lot of UFC stuff. It's been wild.
Oh, yeah. I got MMA shit, too.
Dude, we got to dive in. Jobins, UFC math is fucking insane. Classic tales of strikers and grapplers. Like, it just, no matter how long time goes, fighter comes and goes, the classic tales stay. You know what I mean? Styles make matchups.
Yeah, right.
And right now, dude, this the welterweight weight class, it's on fire. It's on fire. But we're kind of in like a little situation here. If the matchmakers, to me, I feel like UFC matchmakers have the fucking easiest matchup right now. But then it's like, damn, when you get those fighters, they earn their shot, they're waiting, and then boom, now we got another guy. He's on the scene. But it's crazy.
Who do you think's been waiting?
Well, I think, all right, easy matchup to me. I think it should be fucking Sean Brady versus Shavkat. Number one contender fight. We have a while until Bilal fights Jack Della. It's in May. Anything can happen, right? There's so much time until that fight. Either one of those guys could be a short notice replacement.
That's a good fight, too, just to see who's better between the two of them and really solidify who should fight for the belt.
Yeah. Because it's a long time. And then not only after that fight, you get, well, then what happens after that fight? With time and everything.
But if you're a UFC matchmaker, I feel like you don't want Sean Brady and Shavkat to fight each other because then you're going to lose the draw of whoever could fight the champion next.
This is how it was.
You know what I'm saying? It's better to have two in the wings than just one.
All right. Last night, Jobins, Sean Brady submits Leon Edwards. Dominated Leon Edwards in front of his hometown. That's huge, dude. And it sucks, but it's crazy. Because who's he lost to?
Bilal Muhammad.
The champ. UFC Matt, dude. I went back and rewatched that fight, dude. He just overwhelmed him so much with striking. It got stopped while he was standing. He wasn't out. So if Sean Brady can just fucking move the head a little and maybe work and actually it's going to be how do you get Bilal down?
Dude.
You can do it.
How do Dude, Bilal showed him the blueprint, honestly, on how to take out Leon.
Think so?
He dominated Leon in their fight, and then a dominated Leon has to come into this fight.
Mm-hmm.
But, dude, how much do you change in 2 years?
Right? Well, dude, just Sean Brady's record right now in his career since 2019 and now, it's pretty fucking impressive. 8-1 in the UFC, only losses to the champ by TKO 2022, so 3 years ago now. UFC record, Leon Edwards dub, sub. Gilbert Burns win by decision. Kevin Gastelum by Kimura.
Mm-hmm.
Loss to Bilal. Win over Michael Chiesa. Win over Jake Matthews. Christian Aguilera. Court McGee. 4 subs in the UFC. Now that resume, you let me know between these 2 resumes, Jobins, because I feel like Sean Brady's is a little more impressive. Yeah, Shavkat's got 1 more sub. He's got a TKO finish. But here's his. He's got just beat Ian Gary by decision in December. W over Stephen Thompson submitted him. Jeff Neal submitted him. Neil Magny submitted him. And then Charleston Harris, he TKO'd. Michael Prizarez, sub. And Alex Cowboy Oliveira by sub. So he's 7-0 in the UFC in a fucking tough weight class. 5 subs and 1 TKO.
Yeah, that's
This is the match to make, dude. That would be such a fucking exciting fight.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Brady just looked great. And it seems since he lost to the champ, a dog came out again. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
But that's that UFC math.
I don't even think they have to. If he beats him, what if he doesn't even fight Bilal? Because I think Bilal could lose to Jack.
Right?
Jack's good, dude. I don't want anyone overlooking Jack.
Yeah, it's just such a long... Dude, it's May. I know it's right around the corner, kind of, but it's still such a long time. It'd be interesting. You never know if short notice, someone pulls out short notice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
That is a good weight class, dude. It's stacked.
Yeah.
Man. Dude. And
there's also Usman, but Usman's on a 3. He's ranked number 4 right now.
Mm-hmm.
But he's 37 years old, 3-fight losing streak.
But who's he fighting to?
Right?
You know,
he lost to Hamzat, who's not even in the really in the division anymore. And then he lost to Leon Edwards twice. But it's like, do we want to watch a guy who's lost to Leon twice?
Did he lose? Man, that was such a contested
the
last
second
fight.
It was close. A lot of people still argue that it was very decisive for Leon. I need to go back and rewatch that one. But it would be tough. It's tough for Usman, right? Lose to Leon. But bro, we just saw Sean Brady beat. Maybe that's a good matchup too. Usman versus Sean Brady. I don't know. If I'm Sean Brady, I'd be wanting to surpass Usman.
I'd want to duck him.
Yeah, I would not duck him. I would
want to duck him. Dude, Usman could easily beat him.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I saw
Usman's good, bro.
He's a
Did
dog.
you see him against Kamzat? He had a good fight against him,
bro. Until that head kick, it was like, history in the UFC.
Usman's one of the most robbed champions in my opinion.
Kick to the head like that that late into the fight.
That was beautiful.
Dominant champion. Yeah, it's so beautiful. But
he lost that second fight, in my opinion.
It's insane how UFC works. Literally the most beautiful sport. Anything can happen. You're right. Anything.
Dude.
I'm just interested with this weight class right now. It's got me on.
And then the light heavyweights too. It's exciting.
Oh yeah.
Because of I know it wasn't the most exciting fight in my opinion last night, or not last night. It was yesterday because it was in London for. But dude, Carlos Ulberg, he's good, man. And Jan's no joke with those leg kicks, bro. And he was throwing those leg kicks hard at the beginning. I was like, oh god. I was like, Carlos is gonna be done. But Carlos got back into it, was defending, and then piecing him up. You know. Leg
kicks are another part of the fight game, Jomans, I want no fucking part of. How to even condition your shin. Ow. I was fucking around with Danny at the gym, Danny Flores, and I walked up to him and I was just going to give him a leg kick. And I wasn't expecting him to check it because we kick and fuck around all the time.
Right.
So I went to give him like a good, decent kick. He checked it. About killed me. About fucking killed me, dude. It hurt. It still hurt. I still have a line on my fucking shin from it.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. Checking a kick, when people break and wrap their leg around that bone, that has to be one of the most painful experiences anyone could ever go through. So when a guy like that, Jan, is kicking you, and you can take it, fuck. That's just like the Pereira fight and Ankalaev.
Those are two guys, man.
Their fucking legs. Fuck that. No, thank you.
Ankalaev looked good too. Damn, that's such a stacked weight class right now. And then John Jones is at heavyweight. It's almost like, where's prime John Jones when you need him, like in the light heavyweight division?
Right? God, I want John Jones versus fucking Tom Aspinall so bad.
Me too. Oh my god, dude,
I
that
want
would
it
be
now
the
more
best.
than ever. Yeah, before I was like, oh, when you're talking about Alex Pereira and all that kind of stuff, the mind was going. But it's like right now, dude.
Who do you root for in that one?
Oh man, dude. I was a video went back up again when they first like met each other, and Tom was wanting to do a stare off with John Jones. Tom is a big fucking dude, and he's got a big fucking head. But John Jones proved that don't fucking matter with anybody. He's the most dominant person fucking ever.
Dude, I gotta go Team America. John Jones, gotta whoop him.
He goes, what if he went out there and just knocked Tom Aspinall out? It's like, holy shit. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. There's no replicating that probably. That's probably it.
That fight's so good just for the test for Tom too, because Tom Aspinall they always say he's like a complete martial artist and knows everything everywhere. So if he can take out John Jones, that would be a real test.
How much of a superstar do you think he becomes if he were to go out there and knock out John Jones?
He's already got to be pretty big in London, you know? So if he beats John Jones, he's going to be really big.
Yeah. Because I remember when Chris Weidman knocked out Anderson Silva, that was pretty big.
Damn. I don't think Chris Weidman's that big, though, dude, for doing that.
Well, back then, people forget, man.
People forget,
dude.
UFC
time moves fast.
Mike Tyson's been beat before, too. It's weird how, like, some champions are so great that even when they get beat, people don't even think about the people that beat them.
And the time and what they accomplished in that time and moment.
Yeah.
Because everything changes, right?
Damn. Yeah, poor Chris, in a way.
Oh, dude. Yeah. And then Molly McCann retired last night. Yeah. She was always really exciting. She was fun. I enjoyed her.
Dude, I counted it. She had like 13 fights in the UFC.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Not that long of a time period, too, right?
7 years. It was like 2018
longer than I thought.
Onwards.
Longer than I fucking thought.
Oh, man. She got rear naked choked, though, pretty bad. Like, she was trying.
Yeah.
That one girl took forever to get to the cage, too. Even Paul was like, man, it's get into the cage already. It's like 15 minutes of the girl dancing, dude. I was like, get in the cage already.
I didn't get your answer. So what do you think? What do you think the UFC should do? Because you got Shavkat. Mm-hmm. And at the time, everyone's all really excited about Sean Brady right now. But at the time, it's like when Shavkat won, it's like, oh, yeah, he's next. He's next. And then we got Sean Brady doing that. What do you think the UFC should do?
Shavkat's the international star. In a marketing standpoint, I would try to put him against the champ next.
Damn.
I don't want him to lose to a guy that's not champion. And then the guy who's not champion loses to the champion. I got 2 losers now on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
This way, hey, Sean, you're next, dude. You just got to wait a little longer than Shavkat.
Right. Dude, Maze, like, it's almost like in a fun, crazy world, it'd be like, oh my God, they're gonna join the May card. Shavkat and Sean Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Just to do the elimination, that'd be sick. But yeah. All right. Well,
sorry, I don't approve of the plan.
I know. I wonder what you guys think. Yeah.
Damn, dude. In other news, bro, this is crazy too. Did you know that John Jones and Mike Perry have their own promotion?
What is it?
It's called, and I don't know if you know this, Joe, but it's Dirty Boxing. It's co-owned by John Jones and Mike Perry. And they had an event last night where Yoel Romero KO'd this guy named Raz Hilton. And I did watch the replay of it. And this dude had to have been like 6'6" or 6'7", dude. He was tall as hell. And short-ass, stocky Yoel Romero comes in.
Oh, I did see that.
And then dropped him.
Yep.
It was a TKO technically because the guy covered up real quick.
That makes sense why John Jones was there. Because John Jones was there.
Isn't that fire? Like these fighters doing shit that we don't hear about, like,
and they're all just making
And it makes me think of Tim and Sean, dude. And the fighting promotion. I would love have a fighting promotion. Wouldn't that be sick?
Sean's gonna probably do it, dude. It's something they want to do. It's what all fighters I think want to do. You know, they're all part of the game.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a basketball player, don't you think all the players want to go play basketball with each other on courts?
Or become the owners?
Yeah, or have their own little fucking leagues and shit. Yeah, dude. Same thing. That's cool.
It is sick. I was like, man, it makes me like John Jones and Mike Perry more. I hope they're friends.
Right.
They probably are if they got into a business like that.
Right.
And they got freaking Andrei Arlovsky TKOing a guy and busting him open with an elbow.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they could get a whole bunch of vets in there, and I'd probably be like, that's cool.
Yeah. Speaking of vets, dude, I was watching when Conor fought Khabib. It was his defense in that first round when he was on top of Khabib and Khabib shot. Conor was able to kind of keep him off and got back up. I'm like, damn. Again, a game of inches sometimes, and a guy who's dominant at wrestling, anything can happen. It's like if Conor could have just got up or separated at moments, created a moment. And then he had this saying where he's like, find comfort in the scrambles. Find comfort in the chaos. And I think sometimes it's huge. Mm-hmm. I think if you can create a scramble and find the beauty and art in it and control it, that's massive, dude. Especially in those kind of matchups. Because when you got a dominant wrestler who's just coming at you, cardioed up, ready to go, can strike, not the best striker, not the hardest hitter, but they're enough to hit you, apply the pressure, the right pressure, consistent cardio. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's not even Conor's fault, bro. They haven't broken the mold yet. The Dagestani wrestling is unmatched. No one's beating them yet. You haven't seen Charles do it. You haven't seen Conor do it. Anyone that we love, dude. Yep. It's just too tough of a mold right now. Not until the game changes.
Oh, dude. Well, I'm very excited. It made me think of Sean with Merab, and I can't wait. Mm-hmm. I can't wait for the day it happens, man.
Dude, because for real.
Sean does a great job. Sean is a super smart, calculated fighter, as any champ is, right? And almost sometimes when I hear him and Tim talk, and I'm seeing them train now, and they've learned a lot from that first fight, man. Mm-hmm. I almost feel like this can be a completely different fight, because if you could find comfort in chaos and know when to push a little more than in moments when you should have, and instead of holding back and trying to conserve energy for later. But here's the thing, dude. Merab is so fucking dangerous. That cardio, you got it. We've seen him
beat Umar Nurmagomedov last.
And but guess what? We've also seen him get knocked out. Mm-hmm. The chin can be exposed. So I can't wait.
I think our boy breaks the mold 100%.
Yeah, and dude, a torn labrum is no fucking joke. And seeing Sean have his hips back and seeing him be sharp in spots, I'm going, oh my God.
Dude, he hurt Merab in the last fight too.
I know, in the 5th round. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it didn't take much. It did not take much to kind of injure him. So I'm very interested to see what Tim and Sean's game plan is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know they've learned a lot.
Damn.
I'm excited, dude. Yeah.
That's a big one, man.
It's huge, dude. And Sean's so dialed. He just quit smoking weed. He doesn't smoke weed anymore.
It'd be sick. You know what I hope really happens? He goes out there, shows the blueprint on how to beat all these wrestler type guys.
Yeah.
And you just see them all start getting wrecked, dude. And then it's like the game has to change again.
Bro, look at you rewatching Bilal versus Sean Brady. You stop a guy with that, and you're able to apply the pressure with the striking and overwhelm him.
Oh, yeah.
It's game over, man. They can't do anything.
So my question now to you, bro, can't Bilal Muhammad just do that again to Sean Brady?
That's where it's like, dude, sometimes it happens. A fight can never be the same.
True.
And it's up to the person who loses. And it seems like Sean Brady's a dog. Seems like the dog's still there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like when a guy's got the dog in him still, I'm ready to watch a rematch.
Same.
And he's one of those motherfuckers. I believe it because he said it. He just made Leon Edwards quit in front of his people, and then in the post interview, he's going, "You're not making me quit in my hometown. You're putting me to sleep." And I believe that he's that kind of guy. Mm-hmm. And when these fighters, guys, it will always be the same. Every guy will come up from the bottom to the top, achieve what they want and desires, get what they want. And they're always fighting the people who want that, who have not had that. Mm-hmm. And it's always dangerous. So when you don't have it seems like Sean Brady still wants what he wants.
But you got to think, bro, because that is real powerful what you said. Like every champion, including our bro, had to have known like every person he fights is the hungriest person.
Well,
in the weight class.
oh yeah, and Sean always had that. Like even when I would talk to Danny back in the day, she'd be like, "Oh yeah, if you like, we know he's gonna lose someday. Like you just know, like every fighter loses. So it's like overcoming because some people will have that in their head. I can't lose. I can't lose. I can't lose. I can't lose. Can't lose. Can't lose. Who knows what that can damage? To whereas it's like if you just accept the inevitable, what can you achieve? It's a lot.
It's like the power of your thoughts again, dude.
Again.
Like, hey, instead of thinking to yourself, don't lose, thinking about like, I'm gonna win this.
Yeah. Sean's got so much. This is what I love about Sean. He's got so much money. He could be done. Some fighters could be done. Be like, oh, whatever. But he is a competitor, and he does not like to lose. And he's got a lot of things that he still wants to achieve. And we obviously see it in him.
Dude,
it's crazy.
In his biggest moments too, bro, when it's like, did you ever imagine this? And he's like not surprised at all. And it's just like that kind of mindset of like always having that much a belief in yourself and getting like, dude, he did it, dude. And then he's going to fucking do it again, bro.
Right? And it's sick to be, you know, Merab doing his thing, defending the belt the way he did, the way he's holding himself as a champion. I bet, I'm like, dude, that would feel so good to beat a guy like that. Like he's doing it. To lose to a guy like that and then to beat him. Fuck.
There is no sport like fighting, bro.
Nothing.
When it's like win or lose is so powerful, you know?
UFC's so goat. It's the greatest. I was just thinking about all that. I was like, man, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a good year.
Dude, would you ever imagine when you first saw Conor McGregor that he'd be running for the presidency of Ireland?
You know,
did you know that?
Could I put it past him? No. I'd laugh. We'd be like, oh, we could see Conor running for president one day for Ireland, right? Oh yeah, like you know what I mean? He's looked like Arnold. Like every kind of big person wants to do something, and it's because they become this voice. They get a voice, and you see something wrong. You hope it's not for the money because he knows what, you know.
Dude, I think he's gonna win.
Think so?
I think he's gonna be the next president of Ireland in 2025, Jovins.
I would shit there.
Dude, bro, 100%. He's running on an anti-immigration policy right now. He's best boys with Dana. And the Irish people, like, they're pretty damn... Like, I've been watching, like, interviews and shit. They're pretty, like, ready for that shit.
That morning we wake up to the headlines of Conor McGregor winning the presidency of Ireland. I think everybody would have the same thought. But the thought would be, what world are we living in?
Before you laugh, before you all laugh, ChatGPT, I asked it, I was like, were there any other professional athletes who became like president or and there's a couple. George Weah, a former FIFA World Player of the Year, became president of Liberia from 2018 to 2024. And Imran Khan, former cricket star, served as prime minister of Pakistan in 2018 to 2022. More recent terms.
How long are the terms in Ireland?
I think 4.
4?
Yeah, he'd be president
for 4 years.
For 4 years, and they could say they have the toughest president on the planet.
When does this election happen?
This is it is for 2025, so this year. I don't know the date.
So it's probably at the end of the year, like us.
Probably.
Oh boy,
man, I almost wish I could vote again, dude. It'd be cool. Conor McGregor could be president of Ireland.
Would that? Yeah, you'd have to be a citizen of. And
yeah, no, you can't.
You can't do that. Well, how funny would it be if you're like, yeah, since I'm half Irish in my natives, I could vote. Be cool.
I just thought that was exciting, dude.
It is, yeah.
I was doubting him being a champion, let alone president. If you would say he's not going to be just a champion, guys, he's going to be president of Ireland.
Well, we've seen movie stars become presidents. We've seen it all. That'd be another one. Like, here we are. Wish some of the people who aren't with us anymore could see this shit.
Hey, if Arnold can do it, if Arnold Schwarzenegger can be governor of California, Conor McGregor can be.
George Foreman passed away.
That's sad,
and the bad guy from Burger King passed away from cancer.
I showed my girl. She's like, "Who's that?"
I know you got to know Good Burger because I don't know if
I don't know from anything else. Either.
Yeah, I don't know, but the Mondo Burger. Here at Mondo Burger, like if you don't remember that from Good Burger, come on, you knew you wanted. They got to beat these guys. Mondo Burger has to go down. Fuck this guy.
I'm not gonna lie. I even like Good Burger too. I even like the little reboot they did. It was a good movie.
It was. Was he in that?
He might not have. I don't think he was.
But super sad when you see stuff like that.
Rest in peace, dude.
Yeah. Because he did such a good job at playing the douchebag villain. You got to give it to an actor like that.
I'm honestly just thrown off guard that you would even gloss over George Foreman for the Mondo Burger villain.
Because I was a big
What
Nickelodeon
in the
kid.
hell?
Because first off, Kenan and Kel was a big part of my childhood. So was all that. So was my Good Burger. You know how long you gave me Good Burger 2 when I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
How about when I was 9? How about when I was 10? Where was my Good Burger? Where was not mine? Where was our Good Burger when we were still kids? Good Burger 2. Because we all loved Good Burger. Even if I had my older sister, she didn't even watch my shit. She was like, damn, Kenan and Kel's lit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had Kenan and Kel. You had specials like the Halloween special, and there's other classics.
I can still remember this day. I was so excited for that Halloween special. That's one of those times I ran home. I was like, oh, it's Kenan and Kel day. This is going to be lit. Halloween special. Did you come over for that?
I think so, yeah.
Because we were lit. We were lit for that.
Oh, yeah, it was fire.
It was at night, too, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
At like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think so.
Bro.
I stayed in that all the time.
Jovins. So.
And then imagine going back in time and being like, hey, yeah, you know Kenan? He's going to be the longest serving member of Saturday Night Live.
I believe it.
It's crazy.
He's always been a legend.
Dude, he's all that.
He's a legend.
Kenan and Kel. Dude, that guy has never been performing.
He's like Jack Black. Anything to do is funny. There was this video. Did you see it of Jack Black running up to a, what are they called?
Paparazzi
person. But he's so fucking funny. We need to protect Jack Black at all costs. I know he pissed some people off not that long ago.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Jack Whack.
I'm just the type of person that's just like, okay, just be a good person, be a good human, whatever. I don't know Jack Black as a person, so who knows what I'd be sad about if
He's
I
in a
found
lot
out.
of roles.
Yeah.
Bro. He's in a lot of roles.
But from the videos I see, like this, of him running up to the paparazzi and doing Kung Fu Panda on him, it makes me love him. How can you not love Jack Black?
Mm-hmm.
It's the best. It's the best.
I like Jack Black still.
Yeah. But yeah, it is sad. It's also sad that George Foreman passed away. I was like, damn, he was born the same year my dad was.
Dude, he's part of one of the most legendary fighting events in the world.
Yeah.
Like in history. The Rumble in the Jungle, and like now both of them are gone, dude.
Yeah. How many people have used a George Foreman?
Guilty.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
Come on.
And George Foreman has like a whole bunch of kids named George Foreman.
That's lit. He did it. At the end of the day, he did it. Good for him. You know what I mean? He did it.
I get why you talked about the Mondo Burger villain guy.
I know, younger, aggressive cancer. Cancer
what was his
fucking
name?
suck. God damn it.
I gotcha.
Because I know him as my... I didn't write it down. I had it written down. Because I know him as the Good Burger villain. Dude. He's the bad guy from Good Burger. If anyone said it, like, dude... If we saw him and someone was like, dude, that's the bad guy from Good Burger, we'd go, Mondo Burger. What?
No, yeah. Rest in peace, Mondo Burger villain.
Come on. Sorry, Good Burger was a big... I know I should have known his fucking name. God damn it.
Dude, you want to hear a crazy-ass story?
What?
This one's going to get you. Guys, McNeese basketball student manager Amir Khan goes viral during March Madness, gets an NIL deal, a name, image, and likeness deal from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, God.
Tick Pick and Insomnia Cookies. And he went viral after he walked out with the team as their team manager with like a little boombox, and he was singing the rap song with them. So it was really funny. Damn. And then they flood him with deals. Damn. And he's making more money
than some of the players.
Now
I'd be looking out. I'd be looking over my
Amir
shoulder.
Ara Khan. And he's got, and like all the cheerleaders are wearing socks with his face all over them.
Really?
They got the basketball players themselves are throwing out merch, and the reporters are interviewing Amir.
He's a legend.
He's a legend.
He's a fucking legend.
And it's like, dude, sometimes you're just like, they just pick him.
Oh yeah.
It's like, damn, dude.
Sometimes
because there's probably so many devoted team managers.
Oh yeah.
That are like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I'm a team manager. I like my team.
Or it's just a diehard team, like for the team.
Yeah. But Amir got it, guys.
Hey.
Legend. He's a legend, though. He does deserve it.
Yep.
Because he wasn't looking for the deal. It came to him.
That's what happens, man. When you're not looking for shit happens.
Yeah, dude. And the school was doing really good. McNeese apparently like beat Clemson, which was number 5. And if they would have they didn't beat the other team. But if they would have beat the other team, they would have gotten to the 16. But they lost.
You always like to hear when good things happen to good people, because usually bad things happen to good people. So it's always a good classic fairy tale ending when you see good things happen to good people.
Buffalo Wild Wings. He can just probably go in there anytime he wants.
That's a fat one probably right there.
That's a big one.
Oh, God. He's going to have bad fucking stomach.
And Insomnia Cookies.
Insomnia
that place is fire, dude. They had one in Mizzou, and they're a chain, so they're around. And I'm sure he has something close to him.
So he's just getting merch.
He can get merch. He can get cookies,
food,
wings anytime.
Come on, Dr. Squatch. Come on, somebody. Throw us something. We love Dr. Squatch.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it is a lot. What's crazy is what's beneath the fucking pyramids. Conspiracy theories. I think the one guy, I forget his name.
The Y files, Jobins. Look up the Y files on YouTube. You were playing it.
Yeah, there's a guy that's been. I'm pretty sure he's been on Joe Rogan, and he doesn't really like the other guy that's been on Joe Rogan, the old Egyptian guy who's been everywhere in Egypt. There's another guy. He's old. I'm sorry, Jobins.
I don't know.
There's 2 old guys. One's on Joe Rogan all the time. I'm blanking his name. I should have wrote it down. It's just a lot with this, and I know it's everywhere. If I'm seeing it everywhere, you guys are all seeing it everywhere. Abraham Graham. Yeah, anyway.
He's talking about Egyptian stuff.
This old guy who takes people, who knows everything about Egypt, he takes people on tours. He was not a really fan of this guy, and Joe Rogan was saying that they just need to meet because he's really a good guy and everything. He really is just about learning out truth. Because the thing about with all this history shit that people who aren't in it, we just like learning. The people who are going to do the learning, well, they're just trying. There's lies. People lie to try and to say they discovered something, so that they look like fucking great heroes.
You talking Thomas Edison
type shit,
Nikola Tesla,
like type shit, and it's just like, yeah, but what the guy who's taking all these people on tours, he's saying it's all bullshit. So I'm like, man, what's the truth? Because we got this technology now that's fucking scanning this shit, pillars to these boxes, going far down to these boxes, and then apparently there's even caves below the fucking boxes. But then when you look on a map, right? When we look above Google Maps, and we go Google Maps, the pyramids are tiny on this fucking earth, right? So no matter, even though it's big to us, it's tiny.
There's so many things you can't explain.
Yeah.
Theory. It's like, I got down the rabbit hole, bro. How are the pyramids lined up to the Orion constellation in the timeline? They're like, oh, it doesn't align perfectly, but it does if you go back like 15,000 years. But also the Mayans, the Hopi and the Lakota tribes of the Native Americans all had similar things with the constellation, dude. Creepy.
Well, it goes back to Nikola Tesla too, because he was trying to learn the source of infinite energy to stop, because he was also thinking about wars, all these things to prevent. What would having free, which China's still trying to figure out right now, what would free energy do for the world? It would provide all of us to be able to learn more, do more, be able to get everything, more things accomplished. There wouldn't be wars on it. Obviously, I believe with war, when you stop one war, there's always going to... When one war closes, another war opens type shit. You know what I mean? But Nikola Tesla was trying to figure out how to do infinite energy. And I think this just proves like so many fucking conspiracy theories there are. We don't know shit. There's a lot that we don't know. There's always going to be a lot we know. We're learning as time goes on thanks to technology. But I think this just proves that Egyptians or ancient civilizations long ago were able to create energy differently.
Renewable energy, dude.
Yeah, and they were able to do it differently than how we do. We use fossil fuels. We use power plants. We use all this bullshit.
Why do we use those things?
Money.
Money.
Yeah, and Nikola Tesla, dude, again, which we were talking about a couple pods ago, they were showing it. They were showing that lamp shit, but I don't think that was lamp. I think that's I think they had engraving technology. They just had energy. They were able to make energy way different than what we know. Was Nikola Tesla the guy that was figuring it out? And then even that we were watching a documentary about it, which is how it all is with everybody, right? whenever a guy is learning how to do something and it's really expensive and because it's new and he's crazy, he's lost his fucking mind, he's coming up with all these inventions, he's got this thing in a house that's fucking creating electric static and he's just sitting there while the shit's going on, you know what I mean? Well, the guys behind him, what do? Learn from him, learn how to make it cheaper, and learn how to make it easier to get to people, right? So that's just what happens with humans, and it happens everywhere. Business, module, anywhere.
Dude, the way the documentary Jobins painted Thomas Edison, he's basically worse than Hitler, in my opinion.
Little fucking.
Because what you're saying right now is that Nikola Tesla was on his way to creating renewable energy.
I think so.
But these cocksuckers had to go out and just try to preserve the Rockefellers and these other monopolistic people.
Yeah.
And like they went out of their way to keep fossil fuels as the way to go. So that way the DuPonts and all these billionaires could keep making money, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And to think that they just slandered Tesla's name, who died alone and destitute. That is a Hitler move. And then how many wars has it created?
Oh, dude.
How many?
How many?
If the documentary is 100% true like
Right.
that. And we know Thomas Edison is a shady businessman. He's not the greatest inventor. He's the greatest businessman.
That's why in my mind, I'm like, please, God, if there is a heaven, Jobins, I really hope we can go back and rewatch everything. Like everything that's ever happened, I hope I can go back and even be in it. Like not be there while it's like I can hit play. You know what I mean? Like we can hit play, be anywhere we want in time, and just watch it like we're actually there.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I hope heaven is. I hope that's part of it. Wouldn't that be phenomenal? Because then I'm gonna go watch Nikola Tesla's life for 76 years.
Well, you know what?
If we got infinite heaven time,
you got a point, but guess what?
I'm watching Nikola Tesla from day one to day end.
Do you think the society runs better knowing everything or being a happy society? Because when you show the truth to them, it's just like human nature and like the evil shit we're capable of. How does that not make you sad, bro?
I think
that's why conspiracy theories get shunned into the dark.
I think we need to know. Life is always about learning, and we need to know. The more you know, the smarter we are, the more knowledge we have. It's when we fucking fuck it up with fake news and all that kind of shit.
Which has been happening since Tesla's time.
Oh, I know. Which, here, pull that article up, because this could be false information. You know what I mean? But I did want to talk about it for just a little bit, because it's interesting. Because we already know. Yeah. Let me see those bad boys.
Yeah, I got it there.
I wrote down the... So I follow this Instagram page, Joblins. It's called In Back Pain. And it's got 7 million followers. It's an Instagram page that just kind of gives like health hacks and tips. And they're fun. Yeah, In Back Pain. And it's not just about back pain. That's just the name of it. And it's just all sorts of like little life hacks on how to better yourself with anything, right? Mm-hmm. It could be from anywhere from like a stretch to what you eat to then also doing like studies of things like cancer and all that kind of shit, right? So and we all know about microplastics, right? So I'll just read this because I thought it was interesting. A spoon's worth of plastic has been discovered in human brains dead after 2024. 50% more than who died in 2016. So 9 years ago, we're up 50% more plastic in our shit. And I just wonder what that's doing to us.
My question is like the age of the brains they were looking at.
Good question.
Because just of the duration of time.
Right?
What if it was like an 80-year-old guy and then the one you had before in 2016 was like a 10-year-old?
Exactly. But that's why you can go. Luckily, they put, they said that they're publishing a study that was from Nature Medicine. Mm-hmm. So you can go look it up. It's just, that's why it's just like they do it for you. Here you go look what they're talking about. And then you got to do that yourself. You know what I mean? But summed up, recent studies have revealed the presence of microplastics, tiny plastic particles, less than 5 millimeters in size in human brain tissues. Notably, research indicates that the concentration of these particles have increased over time. A study published in Nature Medicine examined brain tissues from individuals who passed away in 2024. The findings show that these samples contained approximately 0.5% microplastics by weight, equating to the about 10 grams or roughly a spoonful of plastic in the brain. Comparison with 2060 data, when compared to samples from 2016, were a significant increase in microplastic concentration. Specifically, the 2024 samples exhibited a 50% higher concentration of microplastics than those from 2016. The study found people diagnosed with dementia had up to 10 times more microplastics in their brains compared to those without the condition.
That's interesting.
Although more research is needed, the discovery adds to growing concerns over microplastics exposure and health implications. The accumulation of microplastics in the brain is concerning due to the potential health risks. Cellular damage. Laboratory studies suggest that microplastics can cause damage to the human cells, leading to inflammation and other adverse effects. And again, gut health, dude. It's crazy how important gut health is. Gut health is up there. Mm-hmm. And like, if the shit that Tim and the kombuchas and all that shit that's really healthy for your gut health, like that's something that we should have been taught on day one. Like that's the shit, like learning what is the best food to consume for our bodies and also doesn't leave a fucking massive carbon footprint, even though people want to debate about that kind of shit. But just like a healthy way, we should have found a healthy way to grow large quantities of food. Maybe everyone should have been growing their own food because bugs are real. Bugs are a part of this earth. And we use cancerous shit to get rid of the bugs because we don't want the bugs to eat what we're trying to eat. Mm-hmm. But it's like, maybe we should just fucking deal with that. You know what I mean? And grow it ourselves type shit. Because what we consume is the most important thing. And we can't help it. I'm going to keep going. Because it's another thing like Howie Mandel. And Joe Rogan was talking about Howie Mandel. You know how Howie doesn't like shaking hands? But then he'll go take a mic that a comic just used and use the same mic. It's the same shit. So it's like when I see Dylan's all about his water, right? Drinking, don't drink plastic, don't drink that. But then yet you buy a steak at the store that's wrapped in plastic.
Well, I mean, how much? Yeah.
On the raw, if you go to a butcher or you go to like a organic meat shop, you know what I mean? They tend to wrap it in paper, but who knows what that paper's made out of? You just never know what that actual paper's made out of. But if I were to go to Fry's right now or Walmart right now and we pick one little single steak, what's it wrapped in? That's touching the raw meat on the top. Plastic. Yeah. So it's kind of like that's the world we live in. We can't escape it.
You can't even grow your own food on a plot of land because you know what could happen? Monsanto could fly by, drop a seed in there that makes it infertile for the type of crops you're growing, and then you have to buy Monsanto products. That really happened to real farms, dude.
Yeah. Farm wars. There's farm wars are real.
Up, man, because it all comes back to the greed that we talk about.
100%. All right. Health implications. Read that one. Neurodegenerative diseases. There is growing concern that the presence of microplastic in the brain may be linked to an increased risk of neurodegenerative conditions such as dementia. And dementia, like most things, numbers are going up. Mm-hmm. Recommendations to reduce exposure. To minimize the intake of microplastic, consider the following measures. Avoid bottled water. Opt for filtered tap water instead of bottled water, as the latter can induce a significant number of microplastics into the body. Use alternate tea bags. These are just so many small things compared to everything that there is. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you eat cereal, I'm sorry, but that's a box of fucking radioactive cancer wrapped in plastic. So there's that.
Hey, it still helps, man. These proactive steps still help out.
I used to be such a cereal head. I haven't had cereal, Joe.
You should see all the different cereals they have now.
I go down the aisle just to look at them, but I don't eat cereal.
They're probably so much worse for you now, too, which is the sad part.
I ate cereal my whole life until my 30s. I loved every kind of cereal. So it's like, fuck, man. I loved Captain Crunch. I loved Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I loved Trix.
You gotta watch these How It's Made.
I know, dude. They fed that shit, and we didn't know. We didn't know like we know. Be cautious with plastic containers. Avoid heating food in plastic containers, as it can cause microplastic to leach into the food. Yep.
You've been using your glass.
My glass bottle
case or things for your food?
No.
Because you have those, don't you?
No.
Oh, I thought you bought those.
I got a stainless steel pan, but the fucking thing I hate.
No, you know what I want to get then?
I do need to get glass.
The glass ones instead of the Rubbermaid ones.
Yep.
Because those are better for you.
We basically should just go downstairs right now and throw everything made of plastic away.
After trash day.
It's
After trash
inevitable.
day.
We got plastic on our face. This is probably some sort of plastic.
No. Oh, wait.
There's plastic here. There's plastic right here. I just touched plastic. Now I touch. You know what I mean? We can't fucking escape it. It's crazy. But you can't live in fear. You can't live in fear. You got to just keep going.
It's over, but don't live in fear.
Yeah, no. It's okay. We keep getting more plastic in our brain. But we're going to be okay. I just thought that was interesting. I knew it was happening, but it's rapidly increasing.
Yeah. You got any other crazy stories?
That's about it for me on this episode, my man.
I just got one more.
What?
And I will end it on former U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber, 43, was found dead at her Virginia residence. She was appointed by Joe Biden and like was definitely on that. It's just I hope that...
Is this the start?
It's like they don't have any reports yet, Jobins, on what happened. But that's pretty young to just like up and die in your own house.
Right.
Yeah. That's all I had. That was just crazy. It's just
yeah.
Oh man, just when you hear news reports like that.
Yep.
Gets my hairs
growing.
This
would have been cool. There's moments that happen. I'm like, damn, I wish my dad was alive to know. But they came out with the F-48, I think it's what it's called, or the F. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the F-48. Yeah, it's apparently a new state of the art. Trump announced it. It's gonna. He's like it in the way that the generals were talking. He was like, it's a gift to our children, to our people, that we're gonna keep our skies safe for generations to come. And Trump's saying that this thing's like so state of the art, and it uses drones.
Dude, did you hear what you just said? That is such a messaging for like military action.
Fuck
Why else would you unveil such a thing? Unless you're wanting to scare your enemies.
Exactly.
Damn, he's showing his hand right now and like, hey.
He goes, I was wondering how much they were gonna show.
When you're talking about poker, bro, and you guys do the pro move when you know you have like two good cards and you show the one that's not as good as the other one.
Or sometimes you show the one that's supposed to scare them.
Yeah.
But that can backfire.
That's crazy. There's drones attached to the jet.
It works with drones. So he says that it's new technology. Sometimes I'm like, aliens are real. Trump knows there's aliens. They're working. Him and Elon are working with aliens now. We got some drone fucking alien technology shit.
Dude. What else was so crazy about that freaking video too, Jobins, on the Y files was when they talked about the pyramid and it's like there was water there at one time because of the water erosion. And if you look at the dating, it matches up with like the biblical flood. And then this flood is recorded across a whole bunch of different cultures and histories.
We can go down dude, I'm telling you, sometimes I go down spiritual fucking crazy rabbit holes. And sometimes you see those giant plateaus. If you ever seen a stump of a tree and then there's these giant plateaus that are just fucking massive and they're just like a giant tree. And then apparently there's like craters. I got to look this one up more, but apparently there's craters from when God sent angels back to Earth. And they landed in Earth. And then he also had sent angels to cut down the giant trees for the flood, when the flood happened.
What?
Because they didn't want the people to be able to climb up the trees and survive.
That's
There's a whole
crazy.
Bunch of shit. There's a whole bunch of conspiracy spiritual shit.
Dude, if they had wood from Noah's Ark or something,
I know, where's
my
the
mind
tree?
would be blown.
Well, my thing is like, okay, we have the stumps. If you're telling me right here is a giant plateau, is the actual giant tree stump. Well, then where's the tree? Where'd the tree go?
You know what kind of technology you would need to like get that construction of a ship like that? Because it's like everyone thinks of God as like a what if it was like an alien, dude?
That was the ship.
That's pretty crazy stuff, but
I love it.
The fact that there was a flood that did do water erosion to the pyramid is pretty crazy.
You're lame if you don't like fucking conspiracy theories and try to learn about shit and realize that we truly don't know anything. We're truly all dumb, and that's okay.
You're not wrong.
And it's okay. Just be a good person, do good things, and make people laugh. Be there for people. Help when you can.
Yeah.
Thanks
no
for
more
watching.
cynicism.
Yep. Thank you, Jobs, for watching. We'll see you next week. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Boom. And I love you for doing pods with me.
Mm-hmm. Same.
I love you for more than that, but I just had to say I love you.